All right, good evening, guys. I know you guys asked me for a shortcut rules for adding and subtracting integers, so here it is. It's on page 5 of your notebook. Adding same signs. I'm going to make some quick, easy examples for us, and then we will come up with a shortcut rule. 3 plus 2 gives us 1, 2, 3 positives. 2 positives gives us 5 positives. Negative 3 plus negative 2, 3 negatives. 2 negatives gives us 5 negatives. I'm going to use heaps and holes. 3 negatives plus 4 negatives gives me 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 7 negatives. Last example. Negative 1 plus negative 5. Here's negative 1 on the number line. I'm going to go backwards 5 more. It puts me at negative 6. So I'm going to rewrite all these examples with just their sums right here in this yellow box. And we're going to see if we can see a pattern. So 3 and 2 make 5, negative 3 and negative 2 make negative 5, negative 3 plus negative 4 makes negative 7, and negative 1 plus negative 5 equals negative 6. So if you notice, you pretty much just take the two numbers, you add them together, and you keep the sign of what they both were. So 3 and 2 make 5, they're both negative, so negative 5. Negative 3 and negative 4 add to be 7, keep the sign negative 7. Negative 1 and negative 5 make negative 6. So you keep the sign negative 6. So quick shortcut would be same signs, find the sum, and then whatever the sign is, you keep that. Moving on. Again, you guys can always, this is your video, you can always pause it and rewatch it. Adding different signs. So I'm going to show you another few examples. This is negative 3 plus positive 2. Here's my 3 negatives. Here's my 2 positives. 0 pairs cancel out. It gives me negative 1. Positive 4 plus negative 5. Here's my 4 positives. Here's my 5 negatives. I cross them out, and then I'm left with negative 1. Heaps and holes. Negative 1 plus positive 11. Here's my negative 1 whole. Here's my positive heaps. Those two cancel out because they're 0 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I get positive 10. Oh, I don't want to give away the... Here, I'm going to do this. Sorry. Then my last example is negative 2 plus 6. So here's negative 2 on the number line. I want to go forward 6, and it puts me at positive 4. So I'm going to rewrite all those problems like I did with the first part. We're going to see if we can see what the rule might be. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Positive 4 plus negative 5 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 11 is positive 10. And negative 2 plus 6 is positive 4. So it looks like instead of adding the numbers, it looks like we're finding the difference between the two numbers. And then how do we know what sign to keep? It's whoever you have more of. So here we have more negatives. The difference between 3 and 2 is 1. So I'm going to have negative 1. The difference between 4 and 5 is 1. I have more negatives, so therefore it's going to be negative 1. The difference between 1 and 11 is 10. Who do I have more of? I have more positives, so the answer will be positive. Same thing here. 2 and 6, the difference is 4, and then whoever has more is positive 6, so therefore I'm going to have a positive answer. So here's my rule. Different signs find the difference, and you keep the sign of the bigger absolute value, so whichever one you have more of. Hopefully that's been a quick, easy little notes for adding integers for the shortcut rule. There will be a second video coming up shortly for subtracting integers.